Hi everybody, Carmen here with Quality Sewing, and for today's How Do I, we are going to talk about how you learn about lots of the new notions that we featured at our recent What's New parties if you weren't able to attend. So first you might be wondering, well, what's a What's New party, Carmen? Well, all summer long, all of our manufacturers and vendors have conventions where they launch the new sewing machines, the new tools, the new embroidery designs, the new accessories, the new patterns, and we curate all of our favorites of all of the new things that we see, and we throw a What's New party in each and every one of our store locations. It's a free event where you can learn about all of the cool new stuff. So this happens in September every year. So if you missed this year's, make sure to come to next year's. But in case you missed it, we have so many gorgeous samples of a lot of the new notions and accessories and tools that I was like, hey, let's use the How Do I segment to show you all of this cool new stuff while we have all of these gorgeous samples. So you can see I have a whole bunch of different things all around me. So I am going to talk today about new things from OESD, new stuff from Amanda Murphy, some cool new accessories and tools. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everything that I am talking about today is available for purchase on our website or in our store locations. That's always a question we get, so I just wanted to throw it out there right away. So let's just sort of get started. So the first thing you can see here is I have tons of different beautiful samples, and let's just talk about, because right now it is almost October, it's the very end of September, so let's just go first into some seasonal things that would be really fun. You can see I'm wearing a really fun t-shirt here. This is called the Freestanding Quilt Block Pumpkins. This is by OESD, and it is a pretty fun pattern collection here. It comes with all sorts of different, actually I picked up the wrong one. It's actually this one, you guys. It's called Quilt Block Fall Appliqué. You can see that both of these pattern collections look really similar if you're not paying attention. Same colors. They're both pumpkins, but they are different, right? So this one is these really cool applique designs. So you can see I have this applique that I am wearing, but then you can also see all of these. Another way to do appliques is look at all of these great placemats. So we have all of these different placemats that have all sorts, oh, that one's upside down. All sorts of different ways to do pumpkins, and these are really fun because applique in the hoop is super easy, way easier than if you were having to do it all yourself. Lots of different collections there, so that's a really fun one. The next one is this guy here, which is actually the Quilt Block Pumpkins. And these are freestanding. So a couple of weeks ago, I did do a How Do I on these different pumpkins and how they actually go together, because these are pretty cool because they are freestanding and they're applique. So you do this all in your hoop. You make each of these segments, I always think of them as like orange segments, right? You make each of the different segments, and then you hook them all together with these little hooks and eyes. Super easy, super fun. You of course can do all different types of colors. And these are really just really great. Would be really fun for obviously any sort of pumpkin-y thing, but I love how they also feel quilty, so they're a little bit different. And then you can use any types of fabric, right? So we have regular fabric, or you can also see in here we have some sparkle vinyl. So, regular cotton fabric or sparkle vinyl, it all just depends on the look and feel that you want to make these really fun festive pumpkins. And you can see there's 3 different sizes, and then of course there's different quilting on the different pumpkins. So those are pretty cute and fun. These are all by OESD. So the next thing I have is the Boo Manor Tiling Scene. I'm going to hold this guy up here so you can see it better. And this tiling scene is so cute. How fun is that? You have ghosts, you have pumpkins, you have a skeleton, super cute, super fun. If you've never made an OESD tiling scene, they are really fun to do. What you're going to do is you actually are going to make each of these sections. So if you were to come in close, you would be able to see that this right here is one section. So you would, yeah, you can see where those lines are, right? So you would make each of those sections, and then you're going to stitch them together. OESD has wonderful instructions. It's all in a PDF that you can either download and print, or you can just peruse it on your phone or iPad or your computer. Oh, I love the cat. That was a good close-up. And it's really fun and easy to do these freestanding projects because you make each of those panels and then you stitch them all together. You add your binding and border, and voila, you have a whole quilt. And OESD makes it even easier. They also have a thread kit that goes with this design collection. So if, let's say, if you want to make sure you have all of the colors to make it exactly how they have made it here, you can get that as well with the design collection. So that is super handy because it's no fun to run out of the color that you need. And then I don't know if we zoom in, I don't know, can you see that there's crystals on here? So the crystals, if you can see them shimmering, and that's just like, you know, the person that made this just added, oh, you can see the shimmer in there, added some crystals for some fun embellishment, right? So you can do all sorts of fun things with these fun wall hangings, okay? So the other cool new thing, before we do more embroidery designs, let's pivot to something else. OESD and Dime have amazing new hoops. So the snap hoops are an awesome hoop. If you have never used a snap hoop, it's a magnetic hoop. Let me just sort of show you how it works. So you can see here we have the top layer, and this is the top. And this little corrugated piece is just because the magnets are so strong when you don't have fabric in there, they're like, okay, well, you want to put something in between. So when you're sewing with it, of course you don't use this. But if we pretend this is our fabric, you just lay your fabric in, and then you just snap the hoop on. And as you might imagine, this is amazing for times if, let's say, you want to do quilting, embroidery quilting, right? And you have a really big piece of fabric. It is much easier for placement if you can just lay it in there and you snap this, use the magnets to hold all of those layers of fabric together. This is also nice for, like, if you're gonna do like a border on a tablecloth or something, or a table runner, something where you're doing a design sort of over and over and over again. It's much easier to move the fabric when you are using a magnetic hoop. The reason why this one is so cool is this guy is huge and brand new. This is designed for the Brother Avenir or the Baby Lock Radiance, and it is 18 inches, you heard me right, 18 inches by 11.625 inches. So that is a huge hoop, so much workspace, but they make these monster snap hoops for most brands of embroidery machine and in all different sizes. They go down to like a 4x4 up to this really big guy here, all depending on which embroidery area your machine knows. There's going to be a magnetic hoop that's going to work great. Some of them are square, which is also awesome, having like an 8x8 hoop. Sometimes square can be really great for quilting. So check these out. This is the brand new one that is on pre-order right now from Dime by OESD, and it is pretty awesome because it just holds everything together perfectly, which we love. Okay, next we have some really fun things from Amanda Murphy. So Amanda Murphy is one of our favorite designers, and we have, I'm going to put these here, we'll do those next. She has a new cover-up pattern. So this is for the Bernina 990. And Amanda makes quite a few different cover-up patterns. So they're called cover-ups because this is a machine cover. And look how cute this is. This looks like the 990, right? She also has one for a couple other Bernina machines. Their big Q series machine, their serger, but this is her newest one, and it is so cute. And the pattern just looks like this. It's called the B990 Cover-Up, and this is brand new and adorable, so I love that. And then she also has a new one called To the Point, and this is really fun with her new like cityscape fabric. And it's a little table runner or a little wall hanging, and very cute, very fun. And you can see here's the actual pattern. You can see there's two different color waves of this fabric. And so really fun little serge table runner. So that's also what's pretty fun, is even though Amanda is traditionally a quilter, she has been using her L890 Bernina serger to do a lot of her quilting, which is a pretty awesome thing because guess what? A serger has an endless bobbin, right? It's never going to run out of thread, and you can use a serger in a lot of ways for quilting. It's super fast. It's a really fun technique, and sometimes getting a new pattern that tells you how to do that is a great way to play with a new technique, like using your serger for quilting. So that's what this guy is. And then finally, her last new one that I wanted to show is the beautiful quilt behind me. That's this guy right here, and this is called Sky Tower. And she also used her serger to put this together, which is really fun. You can see some of the stitching right here that's just like all exposed, which is super beautiful. Really a fun pattern. And this is called Sky Tower. And you can see in the picture here, it's done in a whole different color wave. But I do love all of these purples. Really fun quilt. And this is obviously a very large quilt where some of the others are smaller. Okay, so next here we have some new electric scissors. These are cordless powered scissors, okay? So this is pretty awesome because sometimes our hands get tired when we're cutting, right? And we want to cut a lot of things. These aren't actually, they're like, you know, it's like a power drill for sewing. They are cordless powered electric scissors. They come in this great case. I wanted to show you what the box looked like just so you knew. That's why they may look on the website. They come in a box like this. They have a charger there. And then you just hold it here. I gotta turn it on first. Details, like turn it from off to on, and then you can just cut. You can just hear it go there, and this can cut a couple different layers of fabric, and really handy. So if you have a hard time with like your hands get tired, you just hold this and cut, and it does the cutting for you. So this is pretty awesome. We have a lot of customers that recently got these and are loving them. And I love that it comes with a case and a power supply, all of the good stuff right there. Okay. So next, I feel like I'm gonna just set these back here. I got so much stuff on this table. Next, let's talk a little bit about the newest thing from Kimberbell. So Kimberbell comes out, if you're not familiar with Kimberbell, they are also an embroidery design company. They create beautiful embroidery designs. But what's fun about them is they don't just create like the design collection. They also create a fabric kit and a embellishment kit, and this is the actual design collection. So you have lots of ways to get the different things here. So these are the three pieces. I'm going to hold up the quilt and then we can talk about what the pieces are in the quilt. So here is the quilt, and okay, you can see it there. Okay, so it says Welcome Winter. This is called Enchanted Winter, which is super fun, so cute. And so the fabric kit is going to come with all of the fabric you need to make this top panel. It's not going to come with the binding or the backing, but it does come with all of the fabric to make each of the blocks. And then the embellishments are like, I don't know if you can sort of zoom in there and see, like here we have crystals. There's a little pom-pom here. This is part of what's in the embellishment kit, or down on, if we go down to the mittens, down here, this little bit of string here, this is part of the embellishment kit. And so it's very fun because you can make exactly what you see here, because each of these pieces are separate, so you can choose. You could just buy the embroidery collection. You could buy the embroidery collection. So this is the embroidery collection. You could buy just the embroidery collection. You could buy the embroidery collection and the embellishment kit, or you could buy the embroidery collection, the embellishment kit, and the fabric kit. And so you can see here when the fabric kit, it has the instructions, and it has all of this gorgeous fabric right here for you. So that way you can make this Enchanted Winter quilt exactly like the one you see here. So Kimberbell comes out with new things. What's also interesting about Kimberbell is these fabric kits are usually one run, which means they put them out, and once they're gone, they're gone. So I always recommend with Kimberbell stuff, if you want that thing and you love it, buy the fabric kit, buy the embroidery design collection, buy the embellishment kit, because they usually have sort of a singular run on a lot of that stuff, particularly the fabric, and then it's not around for forever. So that is a good thing to know. Okay, what else do I have here? Well, I have some more wintry stuff. So this here is just a little sample because I want to talk about a new product from OESD called Iridescent Vinyl. So just sort of like in the pumpkins, they have a sparkle vinyl product, right? And you can use that for applique and things. They also have a new one that is iridescent. So can you see how iridescent it is in here? Like how cool is this? Like it looks like water. You could also make a zipper pouch with it. You can do all sorts of different things with it, but this is a brand new product that you can use really anytime there's applique. You're going to use it almost like a fabric. And so it's pretty awesome and super fun, and it feels very wintry, right? If we play off that winter theme there. Okay, but if we're moving into winter, that also means that we should come over here and talk about our things that are for the holidays. So one of the new collections here from OESD, I have the collection, well, I've lost the packaging. It is somewhere on this table. It is buried, but that's okay. They're called Gingerbread Gift Houses. Okay, so these are really fun. So like this one would hold a wine bottle, right? And this pops open, and then like you would put the gift in here. So these are very cute, because what I love about this is this can be a gift bag, right? But it can also then just be like a decoration. So you're doing 2 in 1. You could put a little gift in there, and then the actual box itself could be a cute decoration, these different little gingerbread houses of different sizes. And once again, these are a freestanding design collection where you're going to make the panels here, and then you're going to hook them all together with those eyes and hooks. So very fun. And then finally here, we have our Christmas Flight Tile Scene by Marcela Corti. And this is what this guy looks like. Like, how fun is that? Once again, this is one of those tile scenes. It is larger than that Halloween one that we saw, but this one is very fun. What a lovely, lovely holiday scene here. And once again, there's some fun different things, like there's some metallic stuff that got put in here. You can sort of play to make it a little bit your own. And then, like the other tile scene, OESD has also put together a thread set that goes with it. So there is the design collection. All of the OESD design collections come on a USB stick, and they are in all and they are in all different formats. So it doesn't matter which type of embroidery machine you have, there's going to be the format that's going to work for you. And then, like I said, there is that thread collection, so that way you have all the colors you need to make this exactly how it is supposed to be. So I think that those are the different things that I wanted to share today. There are lots of fun new things that we have in the stores right now, and it's a pretty exciting time for us. We're celebrating our 40th anniversary this year. Can you believe it? Quality Sewing is 40 years old, and we're going to be doing a lot of great things in the month of October, and we're going to have some other live presentations that will also have other new product in it. So you don't want to miss that. If you haven't already, sign up for our email list off of our website at qualitysewing.com, and we will tell you every time we're doing cool different things. And of course, tune in at 10 a.m. Pacific every Tuesday morning for How Do I. Next week, we will be having a special 40th anniversary live presentation that will be during this time slot. So I look forward to seeing you there. And like I said before, if any of these things interest you, we do have them on the website.